Hi and welcome to this Pilates workout. This will be a full body, moderate flow. I hope you enjoy it. We're going to start seated on the mat. So we're going to start high up on the sits bones, finding a maximum elongation in the vertebra. The feet are facing forward and our legs are in parallel. We're going to warm up the core by exhaling and curling the tailbone under as we pull the belly button back towards the spine, exhaling, and inhale, returning high up onto the sits bones. And exhale, finding that curve in the lower back. Inhale, return, and you can let the arms float in front of you and continue. Exhale, and inhale up. And exhale, really sending that belly button to the back. And when you curve, keeping the shoulders over the hips so that you get that C-shaped curve in the spine. And one more. Exhale. On the next inhalation, we're going to lift the arms up next to the ears, circle them round to the side, and exhale, continue. Inhale up and around. And lengthen. And one more. Exhale, reaching up and around. And this time we exhale and continue rolling the spine onto the mat. Take a moment to feel the weight of the spine in the mat. And you're going to feel these natural curves of the spine. So for most of us, that means we have a little bit of a gap under the lower back, and that's good. That's a neutral pelvis. So the arms are by the side of the body. We're going to inhale and exhale, again curling that tailbone and continuing to roll through the vertebra, lifting the hips off the mat, finding that diagonal line between the shoulders and the knees. Inhale and exhale. From the top of the spine, rolling back down, keeping that pelvis curled until the very bottom. Again, inhale and exhale, lift. Checking that the ribs aren't flaring at the top here, looking for that straight line. Inhale and exhale from the top of the spine, vertebra by vertebra, melting that spine back onto the mat. Let's do two more here. Inhale and exhale. You can really use your feet and your arms here to press into the mat and get those glutes and hamstrings working a little more. And last one. Inhale, exhale, curling the tailbone and coming up. We're going to stay up. Lift that left heel off the mat, shift the weight over to the right, and you're going to pull your abs in more and press into the arms so that that left leg can float into a tabletop. We tap the toe to the mat and hinge at the hip for 6 and 5 and 3, keeping those ribs under control, pressing strongly into that right foot. Last one. Placing that foot down, finding your center and shifting over to the other side. So first lift that right heel, pull the abs in, and the leg comes up. And we hinge for 6 and 5, using your arms here as a base of support, keeping the hips high and the pelvis stable. And 2. And last one. Placing that foot down. Inhale, lifting the hips a little higher, and exhale, rolling down, vertebra by vertebra, all the way back to neutral. Bringing the arms to the side, palms facing up. Right leg comes into tabletop. Left leg joins. Keeping those knees and ankles together, we're going to send the legs over to one side. Inhale, and exhale, center. Other side. Inhale and exhale, making sure that the knees stay together and that the shoulder blades stay on the mat. Really working both sides of the obliques evenly. And exhale, center. We're going to do an add-on here. So we inhale, We're going to lengthen the legs away, bring them back to center, and press them down to tabletop. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, reaching the legs long, and exhale from the waist, pressing them down. And one more on each side. And inhale, and long. Exhale, center, and bringing those legs just down to tabletop and pausing here. Circling the arms next to the ears. You're going to flip the palms to face the ceiling. And we're going to exhale, bring the arms, the head, and the chest up nice and high. Keep that neck relaxed and the shoulders wide. And inhale, first the arms and then the head and the chest back down for the 100 prep. We exhale, coming up nice and tall. Keep those shoulder blades wide. And inhale, and coming down. And 2 more like this. Exhale, and inhale, and exhale. We're going to stay up this time and come into the obliques. We're just going to reach one side towards the feet for 6 pulses, and 3, and 2, and 1, and to the other side, 6, and 5, keeping those abs drawn in and the shoulders wide along the collarbone. And last one, keep the legs there. Stay high in the chest, placing one foot down and then the other. Lengthening one leg away, stay high in the chest and the other leg. And then we're rolling all the way down, bringing the arms up and over next to the ears. Inhale, lengthen. Really feel the length between the fingertips and the toes here. And coming up, arms, head and chest. Exhale, deepen into that abdominal and coming into that big C curve in the back. Inhale. And exhale, curling that tailbone under and rolling down, hopefully smoothly, through the torso, and arms come up and over. This can be a little bit challenging, so as you come up, you're really welcome to bend the knees and help yourself up a little here before coming into this curve position. And inhale, and exhale, rolling down, keeping the shoulders down and back. And 2 more. Coming up. The inner thighs working towards each other helps you find that core connection. And inhale and exhale down. And last one to come up and stay. And exhale. Keeping that curve in the spine, bringing one knee to the chest and the other knee. We're going to pick the ankles up and find yourself in this tight ball position. So your arms are active here. Your abdominals are pulled in strongly. You're going to try to keep this position as you roll back. Inhale and exhale. Find that balance. And inhale, exhale, balance. Trying to avoid kicking the legs around. And 1 more. Inhale. Exhale, balance. Hold that balance. Lift the legs up to parallel. And then open up that chest. Hold that for 3, for 2, for 1. And then relax. We're just going to scoot around to the side and then come up onto hands and knees. So first of all, find your spine is supported. So you don't want to hang in the lower back or in the shoulders, but lifting that belly button back towards the spine and pressing into all 10 fingers so that your shoulders are active. I'm going to extend the left leg and tuck the toes. Pull the abs in, stabilize through the torso, and lift that leg to hip height, floating the right arm next to the ear. Reaching the fingertips and toes away from the body and bringing that back to center and away, and enjoying that little wobble as these core postural muscles start to stabilize and try to find that balance. And last one. Bringing the foot down and the arm, and we change side. Right leg extends, the left arm comes up, pulling the abdominals in, lifting the leg, and sending the arm and leg away from that midline. And out. 2, reaching the toes and hands away from each other. And last 1, bringing the knee down and the arms down. This time we're going to extend both legs, keeping the pelvis stable. Coming into our plank position, and here I really want you to open up the front of the chest, find that breadth in the collarbone. Okay, we're going to bring the right leg along the mat and send it back. And staying quiet in the rest of the body. And 4. And 3. And 2. Last 1. And taking a rest in an upstretch position just for 2 breaths. Inhale, and bending the knees and just bunny hopping forward on the mat and coming back to sit. So you're going to send the legs in front of you and the arms behind. Fingertips can face forward or to the side, whatever's more comfortable. What's important is that you're activating the shoulders already before we lift. So we're going to inhale and exhale, send the sternum up. Really pressing into the heels to get the glutes and hamstrings working, and lower down. And again, exhale, lifting up, checking that those ribs aren't flaring, sending the hips a little higher, and lower down. And one more time, exhale. Holding it for 3, for 2, 1, and coming back down. And you can just take the legs out to the side and lean forward for a breath. And rolling up, and we're going to come to our side. So starting by letting the head really rest into that bicep. The hips are stacked vertically on top of each other and the legs reach away long. So it's like you're working in between 2 panes of glass. You can look down to check that your legs aren't too far forward or behind. And we're going to exhale and send both legs up, keeping the ankles together. And exhale. And inhale, lower to hover just above the mat. And exhale. So you're really thinking about reaching away to find that height. Tipping the pelvis, exhale. And 4. And 3, trying to find that extra little millimeter of height at the top. And 2. And 1, keeping both legs up, and we're going to send the lower leg down for 8. And 7. And you can try to kick that top leg away with the underneath leg just a little bit each time. Continuing to lengthen the legs out of the hips. And 2. And 1. We're going to bend the knees and bring them onto the mat. Keeping the feet up in the air. And you're going to press the heels into each other and open up for a clam. And close. So again, you want to keep the hips on top of each other. Really try to find that extra couple of millimeters of opening at the top to get into the glutes. And when you take this nice and slow, you really feel the work a little more. And 3. And 2. And last one. And bringing that down, you're going to just push up through a seated position and come to the other side. Finding your position. Making sure the hips are vertical, sending the legs long, and exhale, tipping the legs, tipping the pelvis. And exhale. This is a really good moment to check in with your neck, with your head, making sure you're not creating any unnecessary tension where it's not needed. And 3. And 2. And last one, keep both legs up and send the underneath leg down and up and up. Really getting those inner thighs working towards each other, finding a little bit of extra height, and 2 and 1. Bending the knees, bringing them down, and squeezing those heels together as the leg opens. And 4 and 3, keeping the pelvis in one line. 2 and last 1, and bringing the knees down and then coming back up. This time we're going to and bringing the knees back down, and this time we're going to turn to roll onto our bellies. The nose is hovering off the mat a couple of millimeters, and the arms are by the side of the body, but they're active. And we're going to send the belly button up and lengthen that lower back to protect the back here. And then inhale, lifting the head and chest off the mat for a back extension. Exhale, lower. And inhale. And lower. And we're just going to do one more here to stay up. Inhale. And we're going to lift the legs and circle the arms up next to the ears. Palms are facing down. We lift the right leg and left leg more. And down. And other side. And finding that diagonal coordination, the stability through the torso. Slow swimming. And now we're going to speed it up. We're going to do this on long breaths with fast pulses. We're going to inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Keeping the shoulders down and back. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. The back of the neck is long. And inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Finding a little extra height for the last breath cycle. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it there. Come up a little higher for 3, 2, and 1. And resting. Pressing back into a rest position for a breath or 2. And we're going to roll up and just take a moment to find your spine in that vertical position again. And that's the end of the practice. I hope that you feel good and that you've enjoyed it, and have a great day. Thank you for joining.